Hello, 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 welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, first actionable order of business here is making sure that everything works. I'm just gonna make sure that we're all online and we're doing everything and we're great, we're hooked up and we're good. Wow, okay. Right. Welcome, guys. So, today, we're gonna be playing a road trip. I have a piece of paper, and I have a pen. This is how I plan my road trips. Last road trip, I only planned like the first half of it, or the road trip that you are now seeing currently, actually. I only planned it up till I got out to Phoenix, and then after Phoenix, I had no plan, and it was fine, but like also, I could have used a plan or like at least like an outline. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be thinking of a little outline. This is next year's adventure road trip. I'm going to be finishing all 50 states, so this is going to be the plan to finish all 50 states. Now, the states that I need there's 6 of them, but one of them my work will cover for next year. So we're going to be skipping Nebraska. That's what we're going to be doing. We're skipping Nebraska because girly pop, no. If I don't have to go to Nebraska, I'm not going to go to Nebraska willingly. I hear the roads are awful, and so that's going to be like that's going to be a no. It's going to be a no for me. But essentially, I'm going to be doing Iowa, and then I'm going to go up to North Dakota. Then I'm going to go over to Montana. Then I'm going to go to Idaho, and then Oregon. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think that there's anything else I'm missing. But I kind of also low-key want to go to Banff. Like, if I'm in Montana, I might as well just go to Banff in Canada. Because if I'm doing a long trip, might as well, right? Because I don't know if I would ever go to Banff if like I had to fly there and everything. Like I don't know if I would actually like do that. So we're just gonna be planning it this way. So we might just plan it and schedule it into Banff. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I don't know how long the trip is gonna be. I'm assuming since I'm going like up and then over, and then I'm assuming I'm just gonna be coming back and then down. I'm assuming that it's gonna take at least like 3 weeks. I'm saying my last adventure was from North Carolina down to out in California and then back, and that took 2 weeks. Like almost 2 weeks on the dot. It was actually like 7 days, and then it was 6 days, so it was almost 2 weeks. I rushed it a little bit at the end. I drove like a whole 10-hour day. That kind of sucked, but yeah. So let's do it. So I'm gonna cut the screen, right, and then we're gonna go right into Google, because Google is what helps all of us. Okay, so first, what I'm gonna be planning is I'm going to be going to Iowa. So from Charlotte, I'm just going to say Charlotte because I literally live in Charlotte. So Charlotte to Iowa. I thought I had like a place picked out that I wanted to see. Let me look on my phone real quick because I think I had it like mapped out exactly. On like where I wanted to go for Iowa. There was like I think I was gonna try to do an app, but yeah. So I think unless I go, somebody's calling me from New York. Should I answer it on a live stream? I wonder what it is. I have not applied to anything in New York, so I don't know who's calling me from New York. But anyways, right. So now they're giving me flights, but I don't want flights. I'm going to be road tripping it. So this is going to be different. Travel. Okay. No, this is not it. Whoa, there's Google Travel. $69 to Miami. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Right. So I don't know why it's going to flights. Okay. Here we go. Road trip options. 15 hours and 39 minutes. Right. So it's gonna. Okay. Let's look at this. Let's open in maps, real quick, because this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm trying to find. Okay, here it is. So in Iowa, I was gonna go camp at Eldon Wildlife something or other. Also, if you guys have any suggestions on where I should go and for this road trip, write them in the comments and I will explore those options for sure, because I have no idea where I am and what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do it as cheaply as possible. That's what this channel is. Budget travel, budget lifestyle, budget living, because we're in our 20s and that's just what we have to do. Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be the management area. This is where I was looking to go and camp, because it said that it was a public hunting / outdoor recreational spot. And there's primitive, which is dispersed camping, which means you don't have to have a campsite. You can just go and sleep there overnight if you wanted to. Actually, it's up to 14 days. So that's nice. A lot of the wildlife areas or like the national forest, like public lands, they typically let you stay and like disperse camp. So yeah, like see, like this is disperse. Right. Okay. Girly pop. Right. So this is what it looks like. It literally just looks like a grassy patch and then like you park there. So that's what it is. Also, if you guys want to support this road trip, or future trips that I will be taking next year, I do have a Patreon page, link down in the description below. I also have Amazon affiliate links, so if you want to know anything that I'm recording with, or if you want to get anything that I have or I create with, links are also down in the description below. And I also am selling my photography prints, so there's a link down in the description below for that as well, where you can get one of my prints to help out the channel. Also, on a live stream, you can also hit that little dollar bill in the bottom corner and help and support in that way too. So thank you for supporting if you decide to. I greatly appreciate it, trust me. Okay, so this is like where I'm going to try to go. From here to, let's type in, you know what? Let me type in oh wait, hold up. I said Eldon Wildlife. What is it? Management area? Yeah, management. Okay, well, management area. All right, let's see. No, wait, we should probably put, oh, okay. Right, 15 hours. Okay, yeah, so here's the spot where I'd be basically visiting, right? So, right, so it's gonna take me, I would say for 13 hours, like I can drive 10 tops in a day. I would say I would not go over 10, to be honest. So hypothetically, we're gonna have to stop and like stay somewhere. I'm gonna have to say, okay, where's like halfway point? Maybe Ohio. So okay, let me write this down though. Because this is at the tip of Iowa, or maybe I should go up to Iowa City. But I mean, there's no like camping up in the city. I think if I were to just do Iowa by itself, I would just do the recreational area. But I mean, you know what? Like, that's fine. I might have to go up into Wisconsin. Because if I just go like straight up and then over through Minneapolis and then to North Dakota. Okay, we need a first place first. Okay, so Indiana's weird. So with Indiana, like, you have to pay tolls anytime you get off of the highway. So what I'm gonna plan to do is probably stop and stay around Cincinnati, so like Ohio, and then probably just drive through the entire state that day. Because again, it is just tolls every time you get off of the highway, like every exit. So I'm honestly might just stop at Cincinnati first, or at least near it, like a rest area near there. Which rest areas are few and far between. So I'm just wondering where to go here, because I think so. Yeah, so this is like the forest that I drive through, because I'm going up north, so I'm literally going through the mountains essentially, because this is like where like Appalachian is. And then I go through West Virginia. You know what, I'm gonna say at this point, yeah, because we're literally gonna be going, yeah, so I think so I've already been to West Virginia, but since it's gonna be like close in distance, I'm gonna go to the national park. I'm gonna go to the national park, and then because at that point I'll be buying a national parks pass, because I'll be going to Montana, so I'll be going to Yellowstone, Glacier, anything like that, and then I'll be going to Idaho, and then since Idaho is like really close to like Utah and Salt Lake City, I might honestly drop through Salt Lake, because I kind of want to see if I want to live there. High key. So yeah, I might do a day trip to Salt Lake to see if I like want to live there and like get like a possible condo or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. Just because there's just so much nature in the West. It's just like honestly really pretty. And then go back to Idaho, go through Boise, get to Oregon. Oregon, I'm gonna have to like drive all the way to the coast, because obviously I want to go to Cannon Beach. I want to drive down the coast. Literally, it's just this like it's literally this entire route here. You just drive down the entire coast of Oregon, and that's just what I want to do with my life, honestly. And then at some point I'll probably just curve back in, or if we're thinking about it here, if I were to, man, I'm trying to think about like the best way to do this, because okay, so if I did the whole coast, went into like the top of California, I don't want to. I really don't want to go to California. So maybe I might just go down through here. I'll stay the night maybe in this national forest. Pretty. And then I'll kind of follow the state lines, and then I'll duck down into Utah and Salt Lake. Maybe stay at this national forest, possibly. There's a lot of national forests, so like, you know, the primitive camping won't be an issue. And then I'll just curve back up. I'll probably have to drive through Wyoming, which is the most boring state you will ever drive through in your life. Actually, no. Oklahoma is pretty boring, and so is Kansas. Kansas, oh my god, I wanted to tear my eyes out. But Wyoming is not much better. Okay. I wonder if I could find some hot springs. Speaking of hot springs, I wonder if I could find some hot springs along the way. Yeah. North Dakota is just so out of the way. It's so annoying. But Glacier is like over here though, isn't it? Where is Glacier? It might be down here. Okay, so here's Yellowstone, but where's Glacier National Park? Am I just not seeing it? I might not be seeing it. Right. Also, like, so I know. Okay. Wait, I gotta go to the Grand Tetons too. Okay, wait. I need to write a list, because literally, there's okay. So that's a national forest. So like literally, okay, I can stay at a national park, or I could stay at like a national forest for free and then go drive into the national park. I'll have a national parks pass. I don't think you can stay for free if you have a national parks pass. I think you just get the entry free. So let's write down the parks that we're gonna go to. So we're gonna go to okay, national parks. I'll get the parks pass. So that will be $80. Right. Paying to see nature. But honestly, though, it's helping like protect the area, so I'm okay with that. So okay, Yellowstone, obviously. Girly Pop, she's killer. Grand Tetons. I've literally seen so many TikToks about the Grand Tetons, and I can't anymore. So now I have to go see them myself. Grand Tetons. I need Glacier. Where's Glacier National Park? I just want to know. I just want to see it. I don't think it's in Wyoming. And I don't think... So maybe it's gotta be up here, no? Okay. We're going we're going to Glacier National Park. Right, so from Iowa, right, 21 hours. I think my car might fall apart, guys. I think it might fall apart. Okay, wait, does this route go through? No, absolutely not. Does this route go through? I'm trying to pick the route, girl. Anyways, does this route go through? It does go through, it goes through Bismarck. Okay, so we're going to have to take the long way around again. It's going to go through Minnesota. We're going to hit North Dakota, go get that Bismarck. Right. And then we're going to go to Glacier, and then from there, yeah, Glacier's up near Canada. And here's Banff. Okay, wait. So from Glacier to Banff, I'm going to have to pay for Banff because obviously US. Oh, it's literally only 4 hours. Wait, so like hypothetically, could I just stay? I might have to stay in Banff National Park. So I might have to pay. Hang on, let me see. Hold up. How much is it to stay in Banff National Park? I'm gonna give it like 3 to 5 days is a good amount to see the highlights, like the lakes, right? So, weekend, 3 days. Okay, yeah. So, but how much are the passes is what I'm talking about. Okay, right. Okay, I only said how many. I said how much to stay in Banff National Park. Give me the prices. Give me some straights. 11, right. Basic campsites. Okay, but like what if... That's hostels. They have hostels in Banff? Wait, hold up. I need to read into this more. Hostels in Banff. Okay, hypothetically, if we're going to do this in November, I'm just going to pick a random day to, if we're in Banff for, let's say, 3 days. We're going to do dorm, and we're going to do one. How much is it? $30 a night. $20 a night. That's not bad. And they have a sauna. Wait, okay, so honestly, I've never booked a hostel ever in my life. But I don't know what this means. B or H? I don't know what that means. Oh, basic 6-bed mixed dorm. Right. I honestly would probably meet so many different people, though. Okay. Honestly, I might have to book a hostel. Because $27 a night is not bad in Banff in Canada. I actually don't know what's around Canada, if it's cheaper. If you guys know, please let me know if I should book a hostel or if I should just like camp, stay at a campsite, because I don't know what the difference is. Oh, this is not in the park. It's like around the park. Right. Oh, luxury stays, right. $200. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be going to peak. I'd probably be snowing. I would really need to make sure my car is like in check before I do this road trip, because this is a lot of seasons on my car. Yeah, so it'd be lower, hypothetically. Um, $11 per night. I'm guessing that's in the off season too. Okay, so yeah, from campsites it's gonna be like 20 Canadian, which is kind of like what, 18 in American. I don't really know what Canadian dollars is to American right now. It might be lower, it might be higher. We never know. Right, so I'm thinking maybe a hostel is the best bet, because if campsites are like, well, if they're 11, then it's cheaper than a hostel, but then you get to meet people, so you're kind of paying for the experience. I've never stayed in a hostel before, so I think I do want to pull off Banff though, but I'm gonna have to stay like a night in Banff. But literally, like, that's not that far of a drive. So I think I'm gonna try and go to Banff. Okay. Right. So honestly, I think I'm gonna have to stay from rest to at rest stops through Minnesota and Fargo. Oh my god, it's gonna be so cold. It's gonna be so cold. We're probably gonna have to be driving through snow, but whatever. Okay. Let's come back to Charlotte. I feel like we just explored so many options. I was debating on Banff though. I was like, I don't know if I want to go to Banff. We're gonna go to Banff. If I'm doing this road trip, we're gonna go, because it's only 4 hours. It's not that bad. Okay, so let's. Where in Iowa was it supposed to go? Wait, I want to see. Okay, so from Charlotte to Bismarck. Let's just hypothetically, North Dakota. Okay, no, this is not what I'm talking about. Yeah, Bismarck. No, oh, it's, yeah. Okay, I just spelled it wrong. It's okay. I was about to say St. Louis. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so it doesn't even touch Iowa. I don't think. Actually, it does. It does go through Iowa City. Okay, so I think for me, the smartest plan is to do this route, to go up here. I'm gonna have to go through Wisconsin. I think I have people that I could stay with in Wisconsin if they're around, and then get to North Dakota, and then from there it's a straight shot to Montana, Banff, come back down into Idaho. I think I have family there too if they're around, and then boom, I'd go to Oregon. I don't think I would go to Portland, to be honest. I don't have a reason to go there. I just am trying to get the coast. So, okay, so I think this is what we're gonna do. This is like what, 24 hours, 25 hours, yeah, a day to get there. So we're gonna go through West Virginia. Okay, right. So, where are we gonna stop the first night? That's the question we're asking ourselves here. So if we're gonna get a national parks pass, we better make it worth it, right? Because this is a national park, and if I'm gonna get the pass, I might as well just go here. I do want to ask Google though. Really quickly. Oh wait, hang on. Do you need? what is it? What is it? It says, new, okay, right, shit. Okay. To New Gorge National Park in West Virginia. Oh. So, dang, okay. So West Virginia, you don't need to pay, which is nice. It's one of the few national parks that is completely free to access to anyone with no reservation or passes required. It's probably because nobody wants to go to West Virginia. Right. Okay, so, I mean, since we don't have to pay, I feel like I could do that anytime. So, like, I don't think I really need to go because I don't need to pay. Because I'll have the pass. Because I want to try to do all the parks with the pass. Like, I'll go out of my way for the park. Like, I'm going to say from the highway from here is probably an hour to get to, you know, because again, like, national parks are in the middle of nowhere. So you're kind of just driving an hour or two out. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Can I want to, can you add? Can you add this? Yeah, add a destination. Great. Right. So, yeah, and then there's like a little, this is the National Forest part, but this is the bridge that everybody goes to and like is like obsessed about. Okay. So yeah, Oak Hill would be, instead of like going up this way, I would go over here. We'll put it as an option, I think. So I think somewhere then in somewhere in West Virginia we'll stay. So I think West Virginia is a fine stopping point because again well actually no because it's literally only like 3 hours, 4 hours tops. So, and I can definitely drive more than that in a day. So, I love how it is just not doing it the way that I wanted it to. So, right. Yeah, okay. So, I definitely think that we can get past West Virginia, and I would say we could probably honestly, I don't know where the state line for Ohio is, but we're gonna be going through Ohio, so I'm pretty sure they have like I'm pretty sure they have a, this is gonna go in between, so let's see, Ohio rest area. No. Is that what it is? Why am I going? No, I am not driving through Chicago. I will not do that. That is something that I am not going to be doing. Yeah, no. This is wrong. Okay. Let's try Ohio Welcome Center. How about that? Okay. Because that is the rest area here. Why is it taking me through Chicago? I don't want to go through Chicago. Like, okay. Is it... Is it... What is that? Is it that? It is, but then I have to do like a loop. I have to do a little loop-de-loop to get to the center. Then I could just stay at a Petro travel center. But I've gotten kicked out of a travel center before, so like, I don't even know. There is also a Hampton, but I am not paying for a place to sleep if I don't have to. Somebody told me that I can sleep in hospital parking lots, and you know what? That might be an option I might explore one day. But that is like when I'm desperate. I don't think I'll be as desperate. Okay, what if we got rid of it? Then what? What would that look like? Because it has us going like around Richmond. Oh man, I really just... Why is it still taking me through Chicago? I don't want to drive through Chicago. Oh wait, there's other options here. I think I'd rather take the longer way around. And not have to hassle through Chicago, even though it's faster. I just don't want to go through Indiana. I really don't. Well, plus we have to go this way anyways. Hold up, wait. We have to go this way anyways because we have to get Iowa. So, like... How can I select the other options here? The other ways to get there. Because we have to go to Iowa. So, let's just add a location. Let's go to Iowa City. Let's see. And then yeah, okay, so great. So it doesn't take us through Chicago there. Okay, so we have to go through Iowa City. Right. Okay, so I think we're going to be stopping somewhere like around here. Maybe Cincinnati. Cincinnati is big. Okay, so we're going to go to NC. Then we're going to stop around... We'll probably stop at Ohio, to be honest. Because that would be long. Because Iowa City is, if we were just to do this, Iowa, 15 hours. You know, I don't want to drive 15 hours in a day. Unless we stayed somewhere around Bloomington. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying somewhere around here. There's got to be some type of rest area around here. For sure, 100%. Because if it's like a big main highway, there's always a rest area. Yeah, and there's always like a trucking place too. Like this. And truckers can stay there as well as people. Right. But yeah, there has to be like some type of rest area. Stop and get groceries, send out a package, you know, the usual road trip things. Okay, so honestly, I think I might... What if... Okay, let's... Bloomington. Okay, let's do... Bloomington, Illinois. Let's do from there to here. 12 hours. Okay, that might be a little far for one day. Because essentially we're just trying to get to Iowa. Because that's our first state that we need to get checked off. Okay, let's do Cincinnati. How far of a drive is it from Cincinnati? Okay, it's only... It's okay, so I say let's stop around Ohio. Yeah, so around anywhere in Ohio. We might be able to honestly get past Ohio in a day. So let's look at Ohio. So if we're going to Bismarck. This is how this might not be the greatest way to plan a road trip, but this is how I do things, okay? I just like figure out where I want to somewhat go, and then I try and like plan out a route, and then on that route I try to plan some like rest areas or like places to stop, and then I'll go to like dispersed camping places like this, and I'll like look up some stuff. So let's see what they got around Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. This is typically a free place to stay, so, or a free like website. You can pay for like a full version or whatever, but okay, let's go to Cincinnati because that's where we were. Okay, so we're gonna be around like Harrison, so that's like right before the border of Indiana, right? So I would say let's like stop around. Let's stop around Harrison. So that's going to be more so over here, which is up here. So right. I don't think that there's many places, truthfully. Okay. Right, and there's like free camping filters and like all that kind of stuff. But we're going through here, so where is this? Miami Water Forest Campground, right? Is this near Harrison, Ohio? Right. Because that's exactly what we want. So, Forest Campground, fantastic destination. Right. I think though, some of the campgrounds you have to pay for, so, but this would be a really good spot. I just wonder if and then this is how I look up free camping places. This is, oh, right, does not offer dispersed camping. Great. Develop campground with electrical hookups. I don't even need electrical hookups. That's a thing. But okay. So maybe not the forest. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, there's just the same campground. Okay. I just don't really want to stop anywhere in Indiana. I really don't. Because look at that. That looks awful. Like, actually. No offense to people who live in Indiana, but like, no. Okay, maybe not this website. Maybe not this website. Okay. Let's do, Wayne National Forest and State Forests. Ohio has no BLM lands. So check regulations for wildlife areas of fishing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Wayne National Forest. Okay, so where on the map is Wayne National Forest? Okay, here's a memorial forest, a dog park. Let's add a little destination. Let's do, yeah, let's do that. I don't think Google is Googling very well. Right. Although that's not near Lancaster. It's going through Columbus. If I went like that. Is that better? If I did that. Right. Because then I could go up here. This is why it takes so long for me to plan things. Okay, so, right. Okay, hello. My computer is glitching. Okay, right. Okay, let me see here if I can do this. And then from there, let's just like cancel everything. So that's just to the National Forest. Okay. Is this it? I don't, why is it going to a ranger station? Sometimes I really hate Google because it doesn't understand like where you are and where you're going. So maybe this is like the ranger station in the National Forest then. Is what I'm assuming. Right. Okay. So I'm assuming then this is the National Forest. From the Ohio and Virginia state line here. Although now it's saying that's only 5 hours. What? Right, I'm so confused here. This is giving Google Maps is confused. Because why is my marker way over here and you're not connecting the dots? Oh, God. Right. Okay. So from Ohio, I'm going to write down Wayne National Forest next to Ohio because I will probably, if nothing else, I can always go to a national forest that I know will be there or around in the area. And there's also this one too. But once you start going to Cincinnati, it kind of gets really busy, especially like with the cities and everything. Okay. So hypothetically, if we just change this, so if we do Cincinnati, because we'll be staying around there, I'm sure. Cincinnati, cake and candy supply, right. I have spelt it wrong. From there to Iowa City would be what? 7 hours. Okay, so then Ohio to probably Iowa City. I might stop a little bit before we get to Iowa City, just because they typically have rest areas before you enter a city. Hypothetically, sometimes, if you get lucky, is usually when you get to the states, like to the state line, or a little bit past it, and then like right before you get to a city. So, like, oh my God, there's a bunch of construction, right? Construction work zone. Okay, cool. So I don't know if there's any rest area from here, but there might be like rest areas between here. Oh, I don't want to drag it and change it. Okay. Right. So I just whatever gets me there, girl. Can you just like reroute it, please, to the fastest? Okay, great. So yeah, so there might be a rest area like in between like the cities is where my best guesses are. Because typically like you're in the middle of nowhere with the rest area. So, okay, so yeah, so then I should really be writing down how long it is between these places. Okay, so this would be 7 hours and hypothetically 26 minutes. And then we're gonna go from Charlotte. So from Charlotte to Cincinnati, yeah, I'm gonna say is another 7 hours and 47 minutes. Hypothetically, it could be longer, could be shorter, depending on where we go, if we stop at the fort or if we stop at the park or not. I don't know. I guess like if we're already driving by, we might as well stop at the national park. But that can also be like a little day trip if I like stay around North Carolina, that kind of area. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, guys. That's the thing here. We're gonna possibly write that down as a possible national park to see. So we're gonna see Glacier. Sorry, I have like a separate list for national parks. Not that you can really see it, but there's a list for national parks, and then I have like a plan out. By the way, all of this stuff that I'm writing down will be on my Patreon page. So if you do guys want to go support and see for yourselves what my planning looks like and writing situation looks like, you can go to my Patreon page, and I post journal entries and stuff like this, plans. So yeah, so Glacier, and then I'll probably do Banff, because at that point I'll just be like, you know what, whatever, it's 4 hours. When you get on a road trip, you realize how little 4 hours is, and you're like, oh, I could just do that. Like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But like when you're home and you're only doing like 18-minute drives to like work or something, you're like, dang, 4 hours is crazy. Right. Okay. And then it was New Gorge is a possibility. We'll put a question mark next to it because we may or may not. I'll put free entry next to it. Like that matters, but we'll just do that. Even though I'll have a pass. This is gonna cost a lot in gas. I'm just gonna let you guys know. Oh my god, wait, when do I get to Canada? Like, is the gas the same? Can I pay with a credit card? Do I have to have cash? Well, I have a travel credit card, so it doesn't really matter. Capital One's got me. No promo. Not sponsored. I wish I was, unfortunately. Right, okay. So, so from Iowa City, let's see. From Iowa City to, we're going to do Bismarck, North Dakota, because that's our next state we have to get. We have to get North Dakota. Because I've been to South Dakota, now I just need north. But if there's hypothetically a way, because here's the state line, I wonder if there's like a way that I could go down by the border so I wouldn't have to pass through this. But this is like a main highway though, and all of these I'm sure would be back roads. And hypothetically, if it's like November, it might be snowy, so honestly, I might just do the highway, to be honest, because that's probably my safest bet. So, okay, we're going to stick with Bismarck. So, from Iowa City to Bismarck is how long? 11 hours. Ooh! That might be hoofing it. That might be huffing it a little bit. We can always stop around Fargo. Or like stay in Minnesota and then go to Fargo. Or I'm sure there's a rest area around here. There probably is a lot of rest areas around like the north, maybe. I don't know. But we can always stop at Fargo though. Because I hear that like Fargo is kind of decent, question mark. This is West Fargo. Oh! Right. Right. What does like in the city look like? Oh, cute. It's like a little small town. Little small cute little town. Okay. And this is like the little Minnesota line. So scraggly. Like, oh, because it follows the river, right? Okay. We're gonna stop at Fargo. So from Iowa City, let's do, instead of Bismarck, let's do Fargo. Let's see how much that cuts it. 8 hours. Okay. Yeah, so let's do from Iowa City to then Fargo, North Dakota. And then I'll figure out where to stay the night there. And then from Fargo, wait, I need to write that down. 8 hours and what? What did it say? 8 hours and 10 minutes. Okay. So that is 8 hours and 10 minutes. Okay. Then from Fargo, North Dakota, we're going to go to Montana and Glacier. So now we're going to go to, from Fargo to, okay, let's just type in Glacier National Park really quickly. To Montana. So we need it Montana. 13 hours. Oh my god, this is going to be a lot of driving. Wow. Wowie. Wow. Okay. Where to stay in Montana? Okay, what cuts it in half? A little bit, or like at least cuts down the time. What are these? Are these just like... Oh my god, look at those mountains. I'm sure that they're like the Tetons or something like that. What are they? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, it's part of Canada's national park. Wait, should we go to like... Not just Banff, but like the other national park? Okay, because Banff is like all the way up here, and that was like right here. So like... Okay. Let's focus here. let me reel it in. So I would say, so yeah, the biggest city is like this. What is it? Great Falls, Montana. Great Falls, Montana. Yeah, so we just follow it straight through here. There's a town called Circle. Y'all, I've literally, like, driving through South and, like, the Midwest of, like, Kansas and Missouri and stuff, the town names are crazy. Like, I'm talking, like, I, like, went through a place in Oklahoma called Hooker. So that was pretty interesting. So, yeah, I would say, like, the biggest town is going to be Great Falls. So, let's put in... Great Falls, Montana. Okay, so 11 hours. Okay, well, what's the next big city that I could potentially stay in? Lewistown? How big is Lewistown? It looks not that big. Here's where I try to look for, like, gas stations and stuff. Oh, they have a church. I can always stay in church parking lots. Latter-day Saints. Y'all know who that is. Isn't that Mormon? Or not Mormon. Yeah, no. Latter-day Saints. But yeah, I feel like they always have parking. It's a big church. Anyway, there's a stadium there. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's just type in Lewistown. Let's just see what the time looks like then. Let's see. Right. Okay. We're looking at 9 hours then. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go to Lewistown. Let's see. Lewistown. What is it? Lewistown, Montana. Montana. And that within itself is 9 hours. Oh my god, this is going to be so much driving. Oh my god, 9 hours and 32 minutes. This is definitely going to be the biggest road trip that I'm going to be on. So, let me see. Let me check. Let's see. Right. Okay. So Lewistown, Montana. So then from Lewistown, Montana to Glacier. And I kind of want to spend the day in Glacier. So like I would do Glacier. I might spend honestly 2 days in Glacier. Glacier National Park. And that is 4 hours. Because this is... Does it know that it's Montana? Oh, yeah. So... Right. So then I think that this is it then. And then you go to Glacier. Right. Okay. Right. And then this is the park. I'm assuming you take that road all the way to there. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be 4 hours. So from Lewistown to Glacier National Park is gonna be 4 hours and 14 minutes. So 4 hours, 14 minutes. Wow, this is a lot. And then I don't know where I'm gonna stay. This is a reservation, so I don't know if you can live in a reservation, like camp in a reservation. You can sleep in a hospital. There you go. Okay. I don't know if you can sleep on like reservation land. I'm not sure. I might have to like go down over here to Bison. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Ugh, I'm gonna love Montana. I can already tell. Okay, so we're gonna go to then. I don't know how long these are gonna be. I'm just kind of planning out where I want to stop at, like how far is too far for driving, and then I'll plan out like the days and like how long I want to stay and like where to stay. So from Glacier National Park To Banff. I feel like we just have to get Banff off the list. Is gonna be 4 hours. So to Banff. And then to make it worth it, I feel like I have to stay at least like 2 days in Canada. Because it's just a staple. It's just a staple. Right. So 4 hours and 9 minutes. So it's very short drives, but then you have to drive that back. Maybe I would stay at a national forest then if I came back into the States. So if I were to take this route over here, it would be 5 hours and 32 minutes. Right. Gosh. If you can hear that in the background, that is my parents playing Christmas music on a big speaker. And I hope I don't get copyrighted for this video. Right. Okay. Anyway, so I think what we could do is we could probably come back. We could stay in Idaho National Forest. We can do that. Idaho National. Okay, so let's do from then Banff to Idaho. From Banff to, what was it? Idaho what? Idaho Panhandle. Idaho Panhandle National Forest. 7 hours. Okay, well, at least that will get us into Idaho. And then from there, like, whatever. Okay, so let's do Idaho Panhandle National Forest. And then I believe you can disperse camp anywhere in a national forest. Wow, caps lock. Okay. Disperse camp in Idaho Panhandle National Forest. Yes. Okay. Disperse camping. Right. So I'm pretty sure you can do it in any U.S. forest land. So yeah, so any forest you can camp at. So with that being said, that would be 7 hours and 2 minutes, hypothetically speaking. Okay, then we're in Idaho. Okay, and then we have to go to the coast. I don't know where you start at the coast in Oregon. Let's see. Where do you start the Oregon coast drive? Question mark. Okay, so it's not... What's the location, though? What's the location? You'll start at Cape Meares. Make your way south to Cape Lookout, and then head down Cape Kiwanda. There will be more details on the stop. Okay. This might be good. Okay. First destination. Yes. Great. 10 days to drive it from end to end. I'm sorry, what? Girl, what do you mean? 2 full weeks? Girl, I ain't got that much time. I'm not... Okay, I'm gonna curve down before I get to Northern California, though. Gosh. Right. So Cape Meares. Meares? Is that... Okay, we're just gonna copy it and we're gonna paste it in here. So from Idaho to Cape Meares, Oregon. How far is that? 9 hours. That's not bad. I can do 9-hour drive. Now, but why National Wildlife Refuge? Can you stay there? I'm sure there's so much freaking camping you can do here. Like, or at least here, maybe. You can go off onto these little, like, side roads, right? Is that a thing? Or are these just trails? I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. Okay. Right. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to write this down first, and then we can figure out, like, places to sleep along the way. So, I'll be going through... that's Seattle. Is this Portland? Yes, I'll be going through Portland. And at that point, if I'm going through Portland, I'm going to stop and get Voodoo Donuts. So... especially for a 9-hour drive. Okay, so from that, this is going to be 9 hours and 33 minutes. So then we're going to go to Cape Mirrors. And then that will be 9 hours and 33 minutes. I will stop. I'm going to put a little draw along a line and stop at Voodoo Donuts on the way, because I will do anything for a Voodoo Donut. Oh my god, gas is going to be so expensive in Oregon. I'm not spending 2 weeks in Oregon. I cannot do that. She will not make it. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to... okay, where is the best place to curve? I'm gonna be assuming it's gonna be... you can camp at a state park. Okay, so let's do Cape Blanco State. You can camp at a state park, right? Wait, hold up. Disperse camping at state parks. Question mark. No, just okay, not state parks. I think it's state forest then. Okay. So is there a place to camp? I'm definitely gonna have to look at. I use iOverlander, but also, where do you find gas? Like, there's not towns here, are there? Maybe like along these drives. I'm not quite sure. Like, are there towns that you stop at along the Oregon coast? I might have to watch videos. Oh, they might have something like on like the beach. Yeah, they definitely have to have something, right? Oh, they have like in Bandon. They have like, yeah, by the beaches. Okay. Yeah. Great. We can do that. State recreational. See, I don't know if you can camp at those things. I don't know. I'm gonna have to research like camping in Oregon and like where you can go. Wow, this is actually a long drive down the coast. Right. Okay. So this is a national forest. So let's do... where's the part where you can go into, like, before the national forest? Because I'm assuming, yeah, I will not have any reception probably all throughout here. Right, what is this? Grants Pass. Okay, so let's do this, and then let's do Grants Pass. Right, but I want to go down to the coast. Like that. 6 hours. Okay, and then I think, like, in these, yeah, they have, like, gas, I'm sure, right? Now, obviously, I would hit all of these places on the coast and everything, right? Yeah. But where is Cannon Beach? That's what I want to know. Redwood National. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is the Redwoods. Wait, but we're close to the Redwoods. Okay, wait. Let me do it. Add a destination. Let me do this. Let me do Cannon Beach. Right, okay. Let me do that. Where is that? Oh, shit. Cannon Beach is up here. Okay, so then we're going to have to scratch that out and go to Cannon Beach from Idaho. So... right, okay, so then Idaho... This is going to be Idaho... Oh, wait, okay. Idaho... Idaho Panhandle National Forest. Great. So that's... Okay, that will be 9 hour and 41 minutes. Right. Okay, so then I think we'll just cook it straight to Cannon Beach. But you're still going through Portland, so that's fine. So we'll just do Cannon Beach. And then I'll change the time to from 33 to 41. Okay. And then from Cannon Beach, we're gonna go to... What was it? What city? Grants Pass. That could be subject to change, but... Because then I'm sure I'm gonna have to go down through here and then up over here, back into Idaho. But if I could go down into Utah, I think honestly I'm just gonna have to fly into Utah and then just do all the national parks in Utah when I'm older. Or I could just go and book it, go to Salt Lake, then go down to Moab. I don't know what I want to do. Right. Let's just do, okay, Grants Pass. Let's just type that in, Grants Pass. So we can drive the coast. We can drive the coast till there. And that's like 6 hours and I think 27. So that's not bad. And then there's a national forest over here too. So if I needed to, I can always camp at a national forest. I mean, there's also a national forest down here, but I feel like that'll be enough of the coast for me. Yeah. Okay, so then Cannon Beach to Grants Pass. Grants Pass. Where's Crater Lake? Because isn't that in Oregon too? Okay. Grants Pass, and that is 6 hours. And then 27. 27 min. Right. Okay. Where is Crater Lake? Let me look up from Cannon Beach where is Crater Lake, because I know... Oh, well, literally that's right by where we were headed to Grants Pass. That's literally right there. So then I think we go from Grants Pass to Crater Lake. So let's see. Grants Pass to Crater Lake. That's 2 hour drive. I think that is swingable for sure, and it's on the way back. Yeah. Crater Lake, and that is 2 hours, 17 minutes. We'll stay around Crater somewhere. I don't know. There's a national wildlife thing, so we can stay there because it's national wildlife. It's fine. Also a national forest down here, so we can do that too. I'm always worried about like gas around these places. Oh, there's a national. Yeah, there's a national. Yeah, okay, great, cool. And then obviously from there, I'd have to figure out going back. So at that point, I would have finished all 50 states. I don't know how many national parks, but I figure we might hit Yellowstone on our way out. Because at some point we have to go to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. But Yellowstone is more so in Wyoming. So I think on the way back, we'll go through... I think on the way back, what we should do, go down to Salt Lake, come back up through Wyoming, do Tetons, do Yellowstone, and then from there, do Yellowstone back. So then, from Crater to... yeah. Salt Lake. Although, honestly, I could just fly to Salt Lake and then see, like, rent a car or something and then see Salt Lake there. So I would be saving on gas. So I have to figure out if I want to go to Salt Lake or not in the plans. So I'll put a little question mark, and then if not, then I would do Grand Tetons. So I would go back into Wyoming. And then from the Tetons, I would go to Yellowstone. And then from there, I would just go home. So if we did Yellowstone National Park to then Charlotte, right? Okay. Because at that point, I wouldn't really care what state I'd be going to because I would finish all of them. And the big national forests, yeah, it would be 33 hours. And then we would go back, we would go probably through, South Dakota, which they have a national park too in South Dakota, which is Badlands, but I've already been to Badlands, so there's that. And then I would be going right back through Minneapolis, Wisconsin. I don't want to drive through Chicago, so I will literally take any other route because I'm not driving through Chicago. I literally will not, and I will avoid anything. I don't know why I can't go through like Louisville, Kentucky, and like straight down that way. Can we pull it over here? Is that possible? What is that looking like? 58. Oh, but it's going down through Salt Lake. Okay, we might have to do some rearranging here. Because if it's telling me I can go down through Salt Lake, well, then I would have to drive through Nebraska anyways. And then, oh my God, Kansas City, no. No more Kansas. Then I would go through St. Louis, and then Tennessee, and then back home. But honestly, though, like, I would get to see Salt Lake, so I might have to change Yellowstone and then the Tetons. I might have to put that after the glacier. Actually, after Banff. It's just like I'm already over there, and let me just go down through Idaho. Because then if we curved back around, unless we just came back down and then just kind of went straight down over rounds and then came down that way, which, so then that would be after Banff. So then if we switched it, so then it would be Banff, and then we drive down to Yellowstone, and then from Yellowstone would be the Tetons, and then from Tetons I wouldn't necessarily stay in Idaho because the Tetons are right here, so honestly I would probably stay somewhere in Oregon or Boise. So then I would just probably, I'm just going to say Idaho. Which honestly, that option might make more sense so that I can go home and see Salt Lake on the way. And then that way I wouldn't have to drive through Chicago. But then I'd have to drive through Kansas and St. Louis. But what if we like moved it a... Actually, wait. Pause. So let me like kind of, I'm like drawing out scenarios here. Home, I'm just gonna say way home. I'm gonna do Oregon. So Oregon down to, or over to Salt Lake. Then also that would give me an opportunity to perhaps, I was about to say, maybe it can give me like, you know, a national park perhaps, but then I'm going almost through Colorado. I think all of the national parks are like down over here. I don't know, we'll see. But then I would go through Nebraska, Salt Lake, then it would be Nebraska. And then it would be, would I even be in Iowa? I'd probably be in Iowa for a little bit. And then Kansas City. And then St. Louis. I would literally drive right through St. Louis. I would probably stop and see the Arch. So I'd put Arch in parentheses. Then Nashville, which is the same way I would come home from my last trip. So Nashville, Knoxville, Nashville, and then home. So then I would just be driving through the mountains. So then it'd be Tennessee. And then it'd be through Pisgah, back to NC, which honestly I feel like is a more enjoyable drive rather than going through Chicago, even though it's faster. I just rather save a peace of mind. Also, because it's going to be November, and also by that time, I don't know if it's going to be December. I don't know if it's going to be snowing. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything. But essentially, that's what it's going to look like. So, I have a little bit of a plan. This will be going on my Patreon page if you want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching this live and coming and hanging out and stuff. But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Everything is linked down in the description below, including my Patreon page. If you want to go support, you can. I also am selling my art, photography, whatever. And I have Amazon affiliate links as well that also help out the channel. So go check that out, and I will see you guys all in the next live stream. So thank you all so much again for joining, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, enjoy life, live it up.